The Department of Trade and Industry has been leading trade missions to various countries across the continent and the rest of the world. Just last week, it took a 25-member strong business delegation to Tanzania on an outward selling and investment mission. Among the companies that went along was Deltron Consulting, a Gauteng-based black-owned engineering and construction management group. Its CEO, Ndlovu, joins us now in studio to talk more on the issue. Good evening, Chris, and welcome to Your World. Now, you were part of a delegation that went through to Tanzania. Briefly tell us what these trade and investment missions are all about.
Good evening, Lulu, and good evening to all the viewers at home. Basically, our part of participating in this trade mission is basically to assist our country at this moment, because the real contributor right now to the growth of our economy is if we improve our exports out of the country. So we as Deltron Consulting, a medium-sized engineering company, took it upon ourselves to say, let us partner with the initiatives that the government is doing, instead of just complaining and saying we're not getting enough work in the country, whereas we've got access to the entire continent. And with us going to Tanzania, Tanzania is basically an excellent opportunity country for us. Simply because it's very stable economically and politically, and we've seen huge economic growth, which is sitting at around 7% at this stage. So for us as Deltron, we've seen quite a lot of opportunities that are available in Tanzania. We're talking about their rail infrastructure that they're putting through. They're expanding their ports, because they're not just a country on its own. They're also part of the East African community of country, and also they are part of the SADC. So with us penetrating through Tanzania, we're able to even access many other countries which are in the East African community. So for us, we have seen quite a lot of those opportunities, also including the energy as well, where they are very much encouraging independent power producers. So and those are the spaces we, as an engineering company, we are very much interested in.
Now, other companies looking for opportunities out there, looking at countries like Tanzania, what are the requirements to become part of a delegation?
Well, it's pretty simple. I think what I've noticed when I was there, we already have quite a lot of South African companies that are established in Tanzania. But unfortunately, it's not a lot of black companies like us who are participating. And the initiatives that the DTI has put through, I mean, there's a huge assistance coming from financial, where the DTI supports you financially, from flights up to the accommodation. And then basically all we have to do is just to apply. And all this information is available on the DTI website. So we, as one of the black companies that have been there, we were amongst the very few, not just because they are rejecting black companies, just that most of us are not taking advantage of this opportunity that is out there.
Just looking at another delegation that took part, that went to Russia some time ago, where a company signed a multi-million rand deal in supplying wine bottles to Russia, about I think it's 60,000 bottles of wine. Yes. Did you perhaps get an opportunity to sign any deals whilst you were in Tanzania?
Yes, we returned on Friday, but I'm here maybe to tell you right now, I've busy signed a memorandum of understanding with a company that is implementing a huge irrigation scheme, because one of the things that we've picked up in Tanzania, they've got huge arable land where the agriculture is very promising in that country. And also the other company we've been dealing with is the one that wants to take part in the independent power production. And also we have partnered with some of the black companies within the country as well, where we said, let's go there as a force as black companies and also try and see how best we can position ourselves right there, not just waiting for other people to take opportunities while we're also here. And what I've noticed as well is Tanzanians, like many other African companies, they really like doing business with the South African companies. So we shouldn't be seeing ourselves as just South Africa and the rest as Africa. So we right now have a very huge opportunity, and we know for a fact that South Africa has been positioned as a lead for the infrastructure for the whole of Africa. So that puts us in a very like on pole position right now to say, let's take advantage to go with what our presidents and our leaders are doing. They are visiting all over the continent simply to make sure that there's good bilaterals and there's good economic relationship for all of us to do the business. So the environment is there for all of us. We just have to take the advantage and just make sure that we just participate and go with the DTI on these trade delegations.
Now, Chris, let's just speak about other companies having issues and dealing or doing business on the continent, the African continent.
Yes.
What are you doing, or what are you hoping to do differently to avoid the pitfalls that other companies have complained about on the rest of the continent?
Yeah, I think what I've realized is what is very important is we need to form a strong relationship with the countries that we're working with. Don't just go there and say, I want to do this deal. I mean, we've been involved in deals with Nigeria, the DRC from early as last year. Nothing as yet has come through, but the relationships which we've created with those companies and those missions, basically, because one other thing you need to do is make sure that you touch base with your embassy. The South African embassy everywhere you go. So, and then once you think you've got a very good level of comfort in dealing with those people, then you say to the agency, to the High Commissioner or the embassy, please assist me. I want to go further with this deal. Would you please vet and see this relationship that I'm building here to see whether is it sustainable, are these people legit or not? Chances are they will be able to point you in the right direction on the next steps.
Now, Chris, yesterday SABC released the first data with regards to job losses in South Africa here at home. What are some of the challenges you're grappling with as a construction and engineering company in the country?
The real challenge right now is that, I mean, there's just so many companies that are existing here in the South African market. So for us, the competition is very rough. We've seen that large companies are offering more discounts and making it difficult for us to survive in that market. And we've seen that even larger companies as well are cutting down on projects. So now, to counter that, we've said, let's expand our market, because the government has already opened up the rest of Africa for all of us. So with that, instead of saying we are seeing that the business is declining or what is happening, what we've taken a decision to do is to expand our market and make sure that we grab the opportunities, because if you go to all other African countries, probably South Africa is 10 times, has 10 times the amount of engineering firms per capita. So looking at other countries which are our neighbors, there's more opportunities for us to actually go and play a role there with minimal competition, because they're getting companies from all over the world, even China and everything. But what I've seen is they like doing business with South Africans. And that's what we should be focusing on.
Now, Chris, let's speak about the issue of transformation in the construction industry. Yeah. A lot of the big construction companies are white-owned companies. Yes. Do we have enough black-owned construction and engineering companies in the country?
I'll say, as much as we do have them, the playing fields are not as level as we would like them to be right now. Hence, we, as well, what we've done, we've partnered with organizations which are business lobbying, like the Black Business Council, which now is focusing on the built environment. Saying now, let's see how do we position the black companies so that they are able, because what we've seen happening is that they will start up and eventually they will die. But if you don't have a proper support structures from around you, you are likely to vanish out of the industry. So if you partner with the right forums, and also you partner with all the other companies that are equal to our size, because we've seen that the statistics that have come out saying the jobs are getting lost. We, as the medium-sized companies, are the solution to that problem right now, because the large companies are very much interested in efficiencies. When they use that word, they're talking about cutting down jobs. But we have an opportunity as growing black organizations to make sure that we counter those effects by making sure that we deliver quality work, and we make sure that we partner very well in executing our projects.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us. We have to leave it there for now.
Thank you very much.